Hello, freshmen. So this is another video just to help you with your speech if you are not able to be in class. So the last couple of days we've been working on our introduction and conclusion for our speeches. So once you get the whole part of your outline done, you then want to go to your introduction and conclusion because those will be the easiest to write and also to memorize. So I'm going to share my screen and show you where you can go to see the different examples that I've put up and different ideas. So again, when you guys get to Google Classroom, you want to click on classwork and then you'll look for speech resources. So this is where all the stuff that I put, all the packets, all the information, and other instructional videos if you need them. So what we're going to look at is introduction and conclusion help, and it's going to look like a lot. Don't freak out. So there's 5 different steps to your introduction. The first part is to get your audience's attention, whether that is a song that you'd like to sing, and it has to be appropriate, a statistic, excuse me, it could be a question, anything that'll gain our attention and would help us get into your speech with your topic. Okay, so this next part down here where it says number 1, so it's referring back to this one right here, is the attention getter. These are all different ideas you guys can use for your attention getter. So you can tell the audience to do something. One of the topics was banning cell phones when driving. So you could do an example of imagine that you're driving down the freeway and you're boxed in, and then all of a sudden the person on your right starts veering in towards you and you realize that they're on their cell phone. That's a pretty good attention getter. You can also make a startling statement, a quote. You just have to let us know who said it. Okay. Give a hypothetical story, a metaphor, indirection, like I said, a poem, a song, a rhyme, an example, or a list of examples that relate to each other. Okay. So you want to get something that brings us into your speech. Then what you want to do next is, again, audience connection. Well, how does the speech relate to your audience? So let's continue with what I first said. Imagine that you're going down the freeway and someone's veering into your lane and you see that they're texting. Your audience connection could be like, well, how do you feel about that? How many of you would be okay with that? Raise your hand. That's an audience connection. You're asking your audience to be a part of your speech. Well, then you go into your topic tie-in. So for me, I'm talking about banning cell phones. So my main topic would be cell phones and driving. So I could say something along the lines of many of us have seen, and maybe even some a few of us have been noted of texting or being on our cell phones while driving. Then when you get to your central idea, that's when you actually tell us, okay, what is your speech all about? Today I'm going to persuade you why we should ban cell phones at all times when driving. That's your central idea. So you want to tell us either why you're informing us or you're giving us information and just for something us to think about it, or you're really trying to persuade us and do like a call to action for it. And then right here, sorry, it's a little hard to see, but this dark blue is, and I'm going to show you how to do that with 3 reasons why, or here's the problem, here's the cause, and here's the solution. So that's all your thesis statement is. And that's all you have to do for your introduction. Again, if you look at this sheet, this introduction sheet just gives you a bunch of different ideas of how to create your introduction. It really probably will only be about 5 or 6 sentences, if that, when you write it out on your outline, okay? And then when we get down to your conclusion, which will be on the last page of your outline, okay, you restate your 3 ideas, your 3 main points, and you can repeat them word for word. Yes, I'm allowing you to do that, okay? So you'll go back through and you're like, we talked about my first reason, my second reason, and my third reason, and then you actually want to write out what those reasons are, okay? And then you'll go through your central idea and you say, hopefully today I have persuaded you why we need to ban cell phones from driving. Then you want to reconnect it to your audience. This might be a little tricky. So you might say, imagine now you're the one that's driving and you're the one with the cell phone and you're using it while you're driving. What are you going to do? So now you put your audience into that position of like, ooh, yeah, I probably shouldn't do that. And then your very last sentence of your speech is called the clincher. Okay. It can refer back to your attention getter. So if you did do a statistic of how many people get in a car wreck by texting and driving, you can say, maybe it's best to put down that phone. That way you're not one of the numbers of the statistic that I said before. And then, of course, when you're done with your speech, you say, thank you very much. And then you're done. So your introduction and conclusion are very much like each other. They'll bounce off of each other, but that is how you do your introduction and conclusion. Let me know if you have any more questions, email me, and we'll go from there.